my essay is done! Oh my goodness, I'm so happy right now. And I have you to thank for giving me some music to listen to in some of the final hours. A few days ago on Twitter, I posted asking for you to tell me what your favorite Steady album was, and I got several responses, and I put them in a playlist in Grooveshark and listened to them as I worked on Shuffle, and it was amazing, so thank you. I put a link in the description so you can go listen to it if you like, but we're not done here yet. I finished one essay. I have 5 more. So, I would really like some more suggestions from those of you that suggested, but especially from those of you who have not suggested. So go down in the comments and recommend some things, and I'll update that playlist so that it's just a constant flowing musical stream of awesome. But anyways, back to the essay. I happened upon a somewhat humorous happenstance when I was going through researching. I got this book used, and there's someone who definitely was working through it, because there's lots of highlighting and margin notes and stuff, and I mean, good on him. But as you keep going, you start reaching chapters where there's fewer notes, and then there's one chapter that has absolutely no notes, but just this written at the end. And then they keep going, and there's more notes and all that, but then they start doing stuff like this, drawing on the artwork, yeah. But the first feeling I had when I reached this first note here was kind of surprised, because I actually found that chapter very helpful and interesting, and even though I didn't end up using it in my essay, when I read it, I was like, this could very potentially end up in my essay. The second thing it made me think about was something that I wanted to talk to you about and get your opinion on, because it's another one of those things that I think is normal, but I'm not sure other people do. Okay, so first off, I just personally don't really like using crass language. I don't like the person that I become when I start feeling like I need to assert myself in that way. But without those words, there are very few interesting ways to express your frustration. Now, what most people in my situation, little camp here, would do is use minced oaths. And those are essentially when you take a crass term and then you find another word that rhymes with it or has alliterative properties with it, and you use that instead. So words like darn and shoot and fudge, those are all minced oaths. And all these words have secondary actual meanings, except for heck. I'm not sure if that's actually a word. But I don't like minced oaths, specifically because they seem really uncreative. I mean, if you're trying to get out of the habit of using crass terms, then they're helpful because you can kind of, at the last minute, switch your brain track and change the word that you're saying. But if you're not trying to break a habit, having the association seems kind of superfluous. I mean, really, in the end, it feels like using a nicotine patch when you're not trying to stop smoking. I mean, it's really good for some people, but for a lot of people, there's really no logical point. So, lacking phrases and words in the English language to properly express my frustration in a way that I find interesting, I decided to try and come up with my own. So I have 2 kind of mindset processes of coming up with these words of frustration and exclamation, and one of them I found a word for and the other one I haven't, and that's where you're going to come in. So exclamation word number 1 is a word that is very sonorous, very soothing and like nice feeling on your tongue and your mouth, and you like saying it, so after you say it, it makes you feel a little better. For me, that word is persimmons. I mean, it's really fun to say. It's several syllables and it kind of just rolls off your tongue, and it's just, I like it. And so saying "oh" persimmons, especially in cases of sarcastic frustration, is very enjoyable. But persimmons does not cover every case in my life, specifically when things are legitimately really frustrating. So word number 2, which I'm looking for your help with, is a word that has a whole lot of consonants. Not consonants, consonants, like not with the TS, but with the CE. So words with a lot of consonants are like katakana or peripatetic. There's lots of those like harsh, like stops sort of in what you're saying, or at least that's how I reconcile it in my brain. So what I'm looking for, and what I need your help in discerning, is a good word that preferably has like 4 syllables and has a whole lot of consonants. Because when you're really frustrated with something, something that really ticks you off, saying words that are really halting or harsh or rough kind of lets you let out some of that frustration vocally, verbally. I'm picking one of the two. I'm going to go with verbally. It lets you really let it out verbally. So if this doesn't seem completely ridiculous, or even if it does, I don't really care. Go down there and help me out with some words with lots of consonants in them. Last item of business here. I am part of a second channel now. Woo! There's 7 of us that are all talking about different topics each week, and we are calling ourselves Talking Threads. We're talking heads, but we're talking about like threads. Like, okay, never mind. I'm really excited about this because the people that I'm collaborating with are from all over the world, and I don't know any of them. But all of us share a passion and desire for making videos and talking. My video introduction goes up tomorrow, July 30th, 2012, at 5 a.m. Pacific time, because that is noon Greenwich Mean Time. So if it's after 5 a.m. on July 30th, 2012, then the link will be right there. But until then, this will just be me circling around blank, empty space. Thanks for talking. Thanks for watching. I will see you later.